world, and welcome to Critical Hit, a foul-mouthed podcast where we talk about everything. I am your host, Red King, and with me always is Crimson and Chrono War.
And I got beef!
Again?
I think.
You're a week early.
So, so here's the thing. I think I might have broke the combo for my hub references. I think I alluded to it in the last episode, but I don't think I actually made a full-on hub reference.
Well, you'll have plenty of opportunity because tonight we are talking about anime.
Ha ha! The most probably prominent thing on the hub right now.
The horniest genre of entertainment possibly ever.
Yeah.
Are you guys ready?
We are ready.
We are Critical Hit, and anime starts not now. Just kidding, right now! All right, a quick before we begin. I was going to wait until like after or at the end where I do my normal pandering and pleading for subscribes. But we are now on YouTube.
Really?
Yes, you can find Crit Hit on YouTube at CritTube.
That is beautiful. Mm-hmm. That is beautiful.
Yep.
With a K, I'm guessing.
Yes, of course, always.
Okay. Yes. We do everything with K's, you know. Did you see the footage for Mortal Kombat 1?
Yeah, that game looks fucking amazing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everyone's hot and they're all gonna die.
What?
That's like every horror movie ever, to be fair.
Wait, is Mortal Kombat 1 a game or a movie?
It's a game. They reset everything because that's what they've been doing in every Mortal Kombat game so far.
Yeah, 10 and 11 were this weird half retcon time travel bullshit.
Yeah. Well, 9, 10, and 11.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it started way back at 9. That was crazy.
But now they've decided, fuck it, we're just going to go ahead and do a hard reset. So now everything's different. Like,
yep.
Raiden's no longer the Thunder God.
Yeah, he's just regular. Yeah, Liu Kang is now the Elder God of Earthrealm.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's fucking
Fire God, Liu
weird.
Kang. Yeah.
Okay, so this is an important one. Sub-Zero. Because the first Sub-Zero becomes Noob Saibot.
He all the first ones are still alive. So I'm pretty sure even Scorpion is actually living. He's not undead anymore.
Yeah, they hard reset to the starting cast of everybody. And I don't know, because they have like this weird support system where they have like the classic looking characters.
Tag attack.
Yeah, which they've been doing this a lot, which is kind of annoying because it's like that nostalgia bait. And I don't think the actual characters are going to look like that because they have like Sonya Blade looking like original Sonya Blade. And
but
like,
here was a cool bit of fan service, if you will. So Johnny Cage was originally inspired by Jean-Claude Van Damme's character in Bloodsport, right? They wanted him to come in, Jean-Claude Van Damme, to do the what is that weird photo animated thing that they did for the first games? But he couldn't or wouldn't.
He might now.
Well, here's the thing. He's going to be a cameo, a skin for Johnny Cage.
you know,
So it's full fucking circle.
Well,
Amazing.
yeah, because when
Amazing.
Mortal Kombat first came out, he was a big actor, and then he's not now.
Yep.
I mean, listen, Jean-Claude Van Damme was like the most American non-American ever.
He was in some really weird movies.
Yeah.
Bloodsport was like really fucking weird.
Yeah, they had
That weird sash that he wore on.
Fighter.
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah, he was Guile in Street Fighter.
Yeah,
Gonna kick Mbassan's ass. really weird, like kind of Frenchness.
Yeah, he really like. I mean, his nationality he could not kick. So the accent was there the whole time.
He didn't give a Van Damme though.
He didn't. Yo, that's the official catchphrase of the podcast. I don't give a fuck.
And then just keep adding him.
Yeah, exactly. From now on, every episode is a mention of Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Now we are at the main event. So anime.
Yeah. So anime. I have a lot of ways I could go with this.
Left or right?
Damn.
Yo, listen. I'm not talking about those options just yet.
He's using his switch grip.
Yeah.
My underhanded jutsu.
Yep. He's gripping fakey now.
Yo.
I can tell you the first anime that I watched, and I didn't actually realize it was anime until like later. Speed Racer. I'm that old.
Oh, I forgot about that. So here's the thing. I'm gonna keep it a buck. What was with Speed Racer and the just beautiful eyes? Do you remember that? It was really weird.
They had to stare into your soul and make you uncomfortable.
It was a bit, that boy was pretty. no more. I'm like, what the hell? And then you see it later in time. Did you see that shit? They have like a clip going around on like the internet, various forums of the internet, where he just hops out the car and he got the blicky.
Yeah, he got that lever action shotgun.
Yeah.
He was running it so fast.
He was just rapid fire.
He was slam firing a lever action. It was fucking hilarious. And then when he ran out, he busted the dude upside the head.
Yeah. I was like,
full freak mode.
I was like, I was watching a very different show when I was younger.
But like a lot of the violence in that show was actually pretty integral to the storyline, so they couldn't edit it out.
Yeah.
That was one of the things where like, I mean, it was different. They aired different shit. Like Johnny Quest, when it first came out in like the late 60s, early 70s, they had guns everywhere. And
it was kind of crazy because
they started to rewrite it and they kind of neutered it and they didn't have guns anymore.
Yeah. Because they went through a phase where like censorship wasn't that crazy. Because it was like the Wild fucking West on TV, man. Because everybody was just putting out whatever they wanted. And then it's like, then you get Speed Racer with the rapid fire lever action. But like, then you got to remember, man, they were trying to kill that boy. He was just like out there. I mean, granted, let's keep this real. I don't really know how good Speed Racer actually was. Because that motherfucker was cheating every chance that he got. It's like if I was racing against a motherfucker who had like some crazy spring in his car that makes it jump and shit, I would have probably tried to blow him up too.
Jump, land, and not fucking wreck.
Yeah. I'm like, his shit could turn into, I don't know, anything, because they keep imagining random shit. He'd probably turn into a plane at some point.
He could turn into a boat, so I mean, it wouldn't be.
That's what I'm saying. I would be like, fuck that. I'm gonna get that. What was his car?
The Mach 5, dude.
Mach 5.
Yeah.
That's what it was. I don't know why, but I'm thinking Formula 1, and that's like the actual fucking.
So, as far as anime goes, man, the shit kind of encompasses everything.
Mm-hmm.
And like, obviously, being old enough to get the foot in the door for anime, and that being Speed Racer, and obviously we talked a little bit about Toonami. Like, I remember the other network that we watched a lot of anime on when me and Crimson were growing up was the Action Channel, and it was on. It was like
What?
cable, premium cable, like high 200s
Wait
channel.
a minute. Didn't we watched the original Hellsing on the Action Channel, didn't we?
Yep.
I forgot about that shit because they had like uncensored shit. So it was like I was hyping, man, because I was like probably my earliest versions of the teens, and I was like, damn, they're showing some titties.
Yeah, that was the numero uno thing. Was just like
I was like, whoops, the Action Channels.
More than one kind of action, huh?
Listen, man, I was, being a teenager was a weird time.
so I'm like going through these different animes in my head because I don't know, I don't want it in my search history. But like going through and remembering stuff like Blue Seed was one that I kind of cut my teeth on as far as being a weeb.
I forgot. Yeah, that was, to be fair, that was like the weebiest shit on cable at the time. I forgot about that one. And because let's be real, that was like early version Inuyasha. That was like, I'm pretty sure that predated Inuyasha. If I remember.
I don't think it did.
Really?
Inuyasha's old.
Yeah, the manga's old. I understand that.
The anime is old too.
It is. It is.
That shit's been running for like.
Well, now it's their kids.
Yeah. I got beef
for a minute. Like
I got beef with that. I'm gonna be honest.
how honestly bad the "it's their kids" trope is. If you bust out with a series of "it's their kids,"
yeah, I think
Boruto.
Oh my gosh, Naruto's son.
Why couldn't they call him something else, bro?
Yeah. Yeah. So I do think that's actually something that I've been thinking about lately. The trope, the continuation trope is horrible because if you got some characters that are like related, okay, cool, whatever. But it's like the whole ass cast just all paired off, had kids that look exactly like them. I was like, but they got some weird trendy stripe in their hair or some shit. I'm like,
Boruto has nothing from his mother.
Yeah, that's.
You want to know what was kind of crazy? Is didn't
Naruto make the right choice? Yes, he did. He absolutely did. I'm just saying.
He was the only one who had besides the supporting characters, which are always like 7 billion times more three-dimensional than any of the main characters. Yeah,
Believe it.
That's it, man.
Like, he was the only one whose pairing made sense.
Yeah. I mean, from every level.
I actually don't like Naruto, so.
I don't.
Same.
Yeah, I don't like it either. I'll be honest.
Oh, wow. That's
funny. Here's what I am going to say. It did have some hype moments.
Here's what I am going to say. A ninja used to know how to do the hand seals.
I used to fuck around.
I used to
we had it
throw up my ninja gang signs and shit.
We had a paper diagram of all the different.
I remember those days.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just always liked Bleach more.
Bleach was definitively the better anime at the time. Like, it just was. It was, in my opinion, it was more enjoyable to watch. The characters were like, which, I mean, let's be real. We grew up on that shit. We were there for the big three, except we didn't really get into one of the big three. So I remember that being a problem.
One Piece.
Yeah.
We had the worst fucking version of One Piece. The One Piece that I grew up watching was the 4Kids
Don't
stuff.
fuck with that. The One Piece rap, man. Don't even hate on it.
It wasn't a rap.
Listen, anything by 4Kids is terrible.
So I got an argument to make there.
Okay, go ahead.
So,
because I'm gonna have a counter.
Explain yourself.
So
even.
here's the thing.
Why are you wrong?
There was nothing about 4Kids dubbing that was good by any stretch of it. But 4Kids is sort of integral for the popularity of anime in America.
Fuckers younger than us, maybe.
I mean, yeah, but like, let's face it. If it weren't for like 4Kids, Yu-Gi-Oh, if it wasn't for 4Kids, One Piece, if it wasn't like that Saturday morning lineup, we wouldn't be talking about anime right now.
Toonami was.
It was Toonami and then 4Kids. You got to be real. You want
to know what it is? Is like when you're dating someone who's amazing, and then somehow they leave, and then the next one up, who does kind of some of the same shit, but it's just bad.
That's like fucking Kanye West right now. The chick he's dating. I'd be looking at it. So here's the fucked up part. This little aside I'm gonna get into real quick. So Kanye West started dating a chick who looked exactly like Kim Kardashian, right? Exactly like Kim Kardashian. You know what she ended up doing? She cut her hair short and dyed it blonde. So it used to be long black hair.
She cut her. Did she break his dick?
Well, there's something else that happened after she did that. His next public appearance, she basically was like in this weird tent thing.
I remember that.
Yeah. So he like covered her from head to toe, and it was just like this weird fucking big, somewhat see-through black tent.
I'd be afraid of getting murdered by him.
That's what I'm saying.
He's a cult leader.
Yeah. Like
at Kanye West or whatever the fuck you're. Is that his?
That's what he's going by.
Yeah.
Yee ass hair. And shutter shades.
Yep. Fuck you and your shutter shades and your psychotic weirdness.
I don't know. The shutter shades era Kanye West was actually cool. Right now,
but he likes Nazis, so
yeah. Right now, I don't even know
before he got publicly crazy. I'm gonna agree with Crimson on that because he was releasing good music.
Yeah,
and he kept to himself.
Yeah,
he kept it in.
And
he concealed. He didn't feel. Didn't let him show. But now they know that he's in love with Nazis. I couldn't rhyme the last part, but
you got the picture. Yo,
but we're off topic, and I'm gonna get us back on topic.
4Kids was important.
4Kids,
it was important. You gotta get.
So here's my problem, right? I'm going to bring up Rurouni Kenshin because two versions of this anime aired at the exact same fucking time.
That's wild.
You're right.
4Kids and Toonami both had versions, and the 4Kids voice acting was so bad.
We got Rurouni Kenshin at home.
Yes, literally. Mom, can I watch Rurouni Kenshin? No, we have Rurouni Kenshin at home.
Yo, listen.
And I think the only actor that was the same was actually Kenshin himself.
Which
was he recording two different tracks?
I don't know for certain.
Because that's fucking wild.
Could be wrong.
I remember like the Toonami Kenshin voice actually being, it was an interesting take on him. But I remember it being decent, if I remember correctly.
So you know what's kind of wild is like a lot of the early anime, the early 2000s, Toonami, WB, 4Kids, what have you. A lot of like really good voice actors are still working today. We're cutting their teeth on like really fucked up, heavily censored dubs, and like a lot of they're still getting work today, and they're not just doing anime anymore, but they're doing video games and American TV shows where they were getting their start in anime and then moving over to cartoons.
Yeah, fucking speaking of that, Yuri Lowenthal has been in 2 fucking indie games that I have played recently.
It's weird every time.
Why is he going indie? He's in everything. Why is he? Because didn't Yuri Lowenthal do the voice acting for Spider-Man, Peter Parker in the new Spider-Man game? I swore he did.
I don't.
I swear up and down.
It might just be he likes the projects that these people are making, so he's like, yeah, I'll throw my talent in there.
I mean, great. I mean, let's be real. Like, he's one of the greats.
The one game he plays the villain, Cassette Beast, he's the voice of the bad guy.
That's cool. That's cool.
And then there's another one, Homestead Arcana, where he voices basically your animal companion guide.
Okay,
you were right. He is Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
In the new Spider-Man.
Yeah, That should, I mean, listen, he's a great voice actor.
Have you seen the trailer for the new Spider-Man where he's like got the symbiote suit and he's got like edgy Spider-Man voice?
Yeah. Which I can't wait for that. Like,
Yeah.
So here's the problem.
100%.
I got to cop a PlayStation 5 like before it comes out. That's the problem. I'm going to be spending a lot of money.
So like the wild thing about anime voice acting, since we're on that subject, was honestly how fucking horrible it was.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking back to Blue Seed, and that was yeah, and like so it was something that it was something that was happening where
Ow, my foot.
where people didn't realize what it was, because voice acting in America was cartoons, and it was cartoony, over the top, weird voices, right? And I mean,
More often than not.
yeah,
Because they were trying to market anime towards children, which was weird.
and like even
Well, I mean, there are some anime that are designed for children.
Well, yes, but a lot of the ones.
and when you look at like a lot of the old like 90s and 80s animes that came over and that were dubbed, and they were just really bad. There were guys.
Speed Racer is an example.
Yeah, there were guys who just didn't. They were trying to get their start, and they were trying to get their foot in the door for voice acting, and they were used to recording demos and trying to get their name and their voice out there doing cartoon voices. So you were getting really serious animes, and then the main character would have a voice like this.
You want to know what did have good voice acting, though? It's very old at this point. Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yo, listen, I actually just watched a thing about the voice acting, because that was like a game changer.
Yeah.
That was really when like anime voice acting really was like, yo,
Dialed in.
Yeah, this shit's got to get serious, because like, and you see the dude who does Yusuke's voice is like, because you're used to hearing that voice coming from the character, and then you see this dude, and like he looks like Muscle Man from regular show, kind of. If he wasn't green, and I'm fairly certain he's blonde, but he's like that. But he's the coolest dude ever, because he was sharing the whole story about how he never really expected to get the voice of Yusuke
Justin
Urameshi.
Cook.
Yeah. And he's like, dude, I went and did I did my part, and I demonstrated for him. He's like, I went home. He's like, I wasn't expecting a phone call. And he's like, I got the phone call. He's like, then for the rest of it, he's like, I just lived my life talking like you.
That's fucking awesome.
I was like, but dude, his voice was dialed in, bro.
Dude.
And he's Raditz.
Yeah.
It's Kirishima from My Hero Academia.
Listen, I'm telling you, still a big voice in the game, and it's crazy.
Wait,
dude.
who the fuck is Kirishima in My Hero? I don't remember.
Red Riot.
Yeah, Red
Oh,
Riot, yeah.
yes. Okay.
Which I'm sure you'll be able to hear the similarities now.
Yes,
Yeah.
now.
But dude, it was like that was like as iconic as like the Dragon Ball screams, man. Like that was literally like a turning point in
So speaking of Dragon Ball, right? I remember buying the now two reasons I remember this fondly. One is it was kind of my first time ever pre-ordering a game, being very hyped for it, and then realizing it was a complete and total fucking ripoff, because the Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3 special edition for the PlayStation 2, it has a box that has a Dragon Ball set in the middle of it, right?
That made me so mad.
what it looks like, if you saw it on the internet, was it looked like there was a fucking Dragon Ball that you'd be able to pop it out of that box and have yourself a motherfucking Dragon Ball, right? Very cool. Hype as fuck.
Not how it went.
Not how it went. It was a plastic dome that was affixed to the box and was useless upon removal. Very disappointing. I threw the box away immediately.
I can't even tell you. It was just, it hurt, man. I felt betrayed.
The one thing that was kind of a good separation from that, a good takeaway, was that it came with a DVD that was called literally Behind the Screams. So it showed all of the voice actors in the booth doing the screams and the iconic scenes. And so many of them were talking about how, yeah, you know, I got to the one scene and I was just, and then blacked out in the, like Sean Shamble just talking about how he passes out so often when he's doing the voice for Goku, doing those long, those one take.
Yeah, because he's blacking out because he's not giving his brain any oxygen.
Yeah.
I mean, but impressive. Like, that's impressive. And that was really, like, the first time I kind of really started to fall in love with the idea of, like, anime voice acting. Because it's always been kind of a, you know, a background thing for me, you know, where I'm like, I'm always just kind of looking into it low key. And I'm like, I'll watch like a YouTube video or something about it now. Because now it's like crazy that you can just access all different types of like information and behind the scenes stuff about it. Because you didn't really get to see it back in the day. Now, like, you could go watch shit on YouTube and be like, yo, that's my favorite voice actor right there.
It's kind of wild as they have, somehow my Facebook has been curating voice acting classes from like Steve Bloom has a voice acting class. I'm like, okay,
the cool voice.
I'll see what you're up to.
Sign up
and go get on an anime and mispronounce some names.
Listen, if I could, I would love to be a voice actor. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay, so Steve Bloom is a great voice actor, but you always know it's him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you never. He's got the same voice, but it's a really good voice.
Yeah, and it's always a very cool character.
Yes, Spike, Mugen, Grunt.
Yeah, yep. It's just like, ooh.
Yep.
And let's be honest, man. Spike Spiegel.
Very, very cool.
Probably, like, if there's a poster boy for cool anime characters, right there. Because, like, he just runs away from all of his problems. He's not loyal to anybody.
That's not true. He's very loyal to Jet.
Yeah, true. That is true. His hair is messy. You know, he gets everybody in trouble.
I love the one scene where he swallows a cigarette just so he doesn't have to, like, not finish it.
Yeah.
And then he regurgitates it later.
Yep. So here's another brand. I'm kind of jumping around, but I've been doing a lot of random watching and deep diving into certain types of animes. And do you remember
On the Hub?
Listen, man. Yes, but anyways. Do you remember like the early run Dragon Ball Z movies?
Yes.
Sadly.
Do you remember the Dead Zone?
Dead Zone was fucking hype.
Do you remember the fight choreography of the Dead Zone?
Yeah.
Like, that was the craziest shit ever, man.
That guy's going hype, trying to cut Goku up with the sword.
And he's just like
doing flips and shit.
That's what I'm saying. It was the craziest. And you look at anything, I mean, I'm not going to hate on Dragon Ball, because let's be real, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball, whatever it might be, that's like an institution in anime by this point.
See, I'm actually of the opinion that Dragon Ball is better than Dragon Ball Z.
It is.
I agree. I completely agree. So, but what I'm not going to do, because it's easy for like people to be like crazy on one side, crazy the other, where it's like, oh my God, it's this, that, the other thing, it's horrible. And then there's people who praise it to the end. I grew up on Dragon Ball, man. That's it. Love that show. I will always love that show. I don't care if it's great. I don't care if it's horrible. I will always love Dragon
I enjoyed it. I will also still dunk on the ever-living fuck out of it.
Listen, I will dunk on it, but man, I played every video game. Anyways, but you look at recent, Dragon Ball material, and then you look at something like that, and it's like we have so many new and advanced ways to like make everything easier, and like digital art and all this type of shit. And then you look back on that, and like some motherfucker was sitting there page after page just scribbling this crazy shit.
Yeah.
And just like it ends up on your screen, and you're just sitting there like watching it on Toonami, and I'm like, this is the coolest thing ever. To the point where they're like American opening, they were taking scenes from these movies because it just looked so cool. I was like, dude, I was watching so much about that, man, and it was nostalgia at its finest, but also like I just remember like first getting into anime, like, and really seeing that, like, it was different, man. It was just different. Nothing else was doing what they were doing, and it's like, I'm kind of glad it's mainstream. Like, I'm glad. Well, I guess it's mainstream. I feel like it's getting there. I feel like it's big, but it's not mainstream yet.
It's
Depends on your generation.
I think it's mainstream.
Us and the younger ones than us, yes.
Yeah. There are still people who like. I'll still run into people who are like, "Anime's weird." I'm like, "You don't watch anime?"
The weeds.
No. Those motherfuckers are right.
You know, sort of.
Okay, but anime is no weirder than The Young and the Restless, Days of Our Lives, these 50 plus running year fucking soap operas that are on in the day. And I'm not knocking you if you enjoy those. I'm just saying that this guy's cousin's brother's brother, fucker, roommate, uncle, butt fuck buddy was in prison and is now your dad.
Yeah.
And out for revenge.
Yes.
For something, usually.
Now tell me if that's the plot of a soap opera or an anime. Both.
But you want to know what?
That's fair. That's a good point.
Like, modern anime's got me fucked up, though. It is weird. And it's fucking stupid. And I don't like it.
So
you don't like Attack on Titan?
Shut your fucking mouth.
yeah. So
You don't like Spy X Family?
It's Spy Family, and I do like that shit. But it's only because they're breaking from the mold, bro. Like, how many of them are just so fucked up and just like, oh, the title's like always stupidly verbose. And like,
Okay, so if you're going to get into isekai, I'm going to point out that
fuck isekai.
the anime of our day was just them throwing shonen after fucking shonen into the arena to see what it was. So isekai is just doing the same thing as the current dominant genre.
You want to know what? It's a bad dominant genre.
I could make the argument shonen was also a bad dominant genre.
Worse shonen. Rave Master
what
is better than the best isekai anime. There, I fucking said it.
Wait, you said Rave Master is the worst shonen?
Rave Master is the worst shonen.
No.
What's the worst shonen?
That's a fairy tale fame, isn't it?
That was...
It's the same motherfuckers, I'm pretty sure.
The dude had a cramp on the starting line. I don't know what the fuck happened. Rave Master was garbage.
Didn't they do a crossover with somebody?
Probably.
They did a crossover.
I think you might be right that Rave Master is Fairy Tail and therefore Eden Zero, and now he's doing another project.
No, you can't hate. That's too much legacy to be hating on. Plus, anyways.
Okay. I found a worse one.
Okay.
Mar.
That's what I was going to say. That was my vote right there. Do you remember Zatch Bell?
Oh, God, why?
So
why did you have to?
Can we find something worse than Mar? Zatch Bell is not worse than
Zatch
Mar.
Bell is not worse. I actually liked Zatch Bell. I'm gonna be honest.
I hated
Zatch Bell. Had me crying a lot.
It was weird because proxy animes are a thing. It's fine. I get it.
But we were battling children.
Yeah, like it was like kids. Here's my kid. I've got her with fire powers. Oh, well, you'll never beat my kid who's got darkness powers. And the one dude had a mesh shirt.
Yeah, because I remember,
I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Because the one dude was running around looking like the fucking Crow, and like
He really was.
I'm like, he was just murderous as fuck, and you're a child. Like, why is this a thing?
But I digress.
No, you want to know what was a weird one?
Huh?
Because it's a harem shonen.
Who? What?
Tenchi.
Ooh,
Yo, Tenchi was somehow very fire.
I agree, except for Tenchi in Tokyo was the worst fucking thing ever.
Yeah,
I think. Wow.
I think Tenchi might be
even GXP was pretty good.
I think they might be more responsible for my crippling anti-addiction. I'm gonna be real, bro. I think Tenchi fucked me up.
We can't talk talk about anime without talking about Tenchi fucking Muyo.
Oh my
Yeah,
golly.
that's what I'm saying,
Yeah,
man.
dude, that had
There was just so many great options.
that. And the thing about that show is it had a bit of fucking everything.
Yeah.
It really did.
It had like sword play,
Space battles.
space battles. It had
Cats that could turn into ships.
yeah.
Those
Yeah.
weird rabbit cats.
They have
Which that was still one of my favorite
I think
fucking
they're
things.
I think they're canonically called Cabots.
I think so.
So here's an interesting thing. Did you know pretty much every Tenchi's connected?
Yeah.
So there's even like, is GXP the most recent one? Because I
Yeah,
think,
he actually goes and hangs out with Tenchi.
yeah. Which I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, that's crazy. I mean, first of all, really cool. I mean, because that's
The Tenchi cinematic universe.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. And like, keep them all, everyone.
No, we can cut Tokyo.
Well, yeah, no, not anything from that's fine.
Tenchi in Tokyo was bad.
Get rid of that one.
Because it got rid of all the best characters. Like, it goes from him going into space to fight fucking Kagato.
That was hype, dude.
Yes, that is one of my favorite fucking fight scenes in an anime because they both have fucking space swords.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was straight up a lightsaber duel. And they were using like fucking magic powers.
Yes.
Remember that there was because they kind of did the cliffhanger on that, remember? Where he showed up and he had his cool fucking ninja fit
Yeah.
with the headband.
Yeah, that's right.
And shit started hyping. Remember what ended up happening? But they cliffhangered it with like a bloody like headband floating through space.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
But
That's
straight
right.
up, Kagato's fucking outfit was fire too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then Tenchi
Drip.
Tokyo is him going to college.
They fucked that.
I wouldn't even be able to do it.
They fucked that up.
You take, dude, you drop Kagato.
Bro,
No, I'm never going back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go find some other fucking warlord and kill him.
yeah, how the fuck am I going to college after that? I got nothing.
Nah, dude.
And he settles down with the least attractive of the women.
Yeah. yeah, which, let's be real, that's a huge disservice. Like, that's a huge.
Because like there was Ryooki, Ayaka, Washu, what the fuck are the cops' names? I know one's an M.
They were both M's.
Yeah.
Mihoshi and
Mikoto.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, listen.
Mihoshi was the favorite one.
Yeah. Yep.
That is manifested in
And then,
actual real life relationship.
The bounty hunter also liked him.
Oh, that's horrible. We're learning some things.
But like even Ryoko's bounty hunter also liked Tenchi.
Yeah.
And she was fucking hot too.
Dude, Tenchi had probably I mean, I'm maybe not to just argue like the first real harem anime that I actually watched had the best selection, but I think it had the best selection.
It's up there.
Like there's not, because you look at some of the other ones and it's just like it feels like a cheap knockoff.
Well, there's also the fact that the women in that show are all badass too.
That's what I'm saying, because they're all so cool as fuck. And I'm like,
Ayaka's a fucking space wizard. Ryoko's a space witch who has a fucking cat ship.
yeah.
Washu's just smart as fuck.
Washu was probably my favorite, if I'm gonna be honest.
I was a Ryoko man.
I mean, there's no bad choice.
No bad choice.
Except for his girlfriend.
Yeah, yeah, except for his girlfriend, which, I mean, to be fair, he locked her down so you could have her.
Dang.
Less competition.
Damn.
We're out here like,
yeah,
yeah.
Behind the tree, like,
yeah.
you go to college, boy.
Yeah, I'm dyeing my hair like straight jet black, and then just like getting that weird fucking
weird
yee-ass
spike.
cut. Yeah. It looked better when he had the ponytail.
The ponytail,
He
yeah.
had the ponytail in there. It was a whole different game, but like,
Yeah, but that I think that was the one thing that it made it better than any other harem anime because it did a lot of harem stuff,
Mhm.
but it also was fairly serious and had
A real
ongoing plot line.
Yeah.
yeah. I do, and I think that is the one thing that is sorely missing. So we did talk about anime, being or getting progressively weirder, and I think that a lot of the ideas that they used to have in anime, they just don't they don't put forth as much effort these days. It's like if it's gonna be a harem anime, there's gonna be your basic rogues gallery of anime bitches, and it's just gonna be like, okay, cool, titties, and then that's it. And I feel like my Google is now trying to search. I had to catch that.
It said it like 6 times. Bro.
You yelled that into your phone a little too much, my friend.
Yo. Crimson just in his room by himself screaming into his
Get that phone.
I'm gonna laugh if yours starts doing it now.
Oh my word! I'm like looking at my phone and I better get that out of here. Don't complete the search.
That is sick.
Holy shit! I'm like, what the fuck is
Your
this?
phone just betrayed you.
Dude. It almost ran you up. You right out of here on a rail.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
I'm sitting here like, oh, we're doing this again. It's a little early, but
Sure. She's showing pictures of titties.
for titties.
Wow. There's way too many bitches. Oh my gosh.
Rule 34. It's only 97% of the internet.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, shit.
So anime has gotten and I will argue this. I feel like some animes have gotten really, really low effort. Some anime manga.
I agree.
Because I think it's
That's where isekai is.
Yeah.
It got
definitely.
like to go back to my original point, like you have these shonen animes, and granted, a lot of them are the same. It's just a scrappy take on all comers, whatever main character, and they're cool foil, and then some extras, and they're always out there getting their asses beat, and then they find the power of friendship, and then they win, right? But you want to know what?
No, Midoriya had to break a lot of bones to discover that power.
He got wrecked. But I think when it comes to isekai, it's just so not motivating, because like it always turns to be, oh, I'm just some nobody, and then I get killed, and then I wake up, and then they never get isekai'd and then have to like figure it out. They always get isekai'd and like, oh, whoops, I'm a god.
There are ones that do, though.
And those ones are
thing.
bad because they get really bad.
Well, here's the thing. I do agree though that too many are like that, where it's like it's just no effort, and that's what it brings.
And it's always like vaguely video game themed.
Because even your worst shonen anime generally has somebody who started at the bottom. Now we're here. Started at the bottom. Now the whole team's fucking here.
Yeah, because they be bringing up like Sasuke.
Grays. That's what I'm saying. Like, I just did 5,000 push-ups and I unlocked my new power. Like, at least they work for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when you look at something like Sword Art Online was obviously the beginning of the worst offenders.
Shit was boo-boo, dog.
Yeah, because it was literally like, okay, we got trapped in this video game thing, right? And then at like the first probably 3 minutes of the anime, you get them like killing your low-level boar things, and then suddenly, you know, Kirito gets his stupid fucking black long coat, and he fucking hacks the game and unlocks dual wielding, and then he just, like, that's the thing, is not even, like, cool, like, tactical shit. He just swings and swings and swings really fast, and then everyone's like, whoa, he's the best.
Me with a mouse.
That's literally what it is. It's like you fucking mapped a weapon to each one of your fucking mouse clickers, and you just fucking rode that trigger, and then
maximum DPI.
Yeah, and like that's the thing, is like it's too much. They skip past the whole, like, because if you're gonna take something that's tropey, because yes, shonen is tropey, but you know the come up is always like cool to see, and it's always inspiring no matter what, because you get like your dramatic moments of like, oh man, I'm not strong enough, and maybe somebody got hurt or somebody died, and it's like then they got to like do this whole redemption thing. It's like it's cool to see, but then you get this dude who's like, the only time somebody's getting in trouble is if he's conveniently not there, which he's almost never conveniently not there.
Like I kind of like I don't know how the fuck I did it, but I got through that time I got reincarnated as a slime, right? And Rimuru was unfucking bearable.
Yeah.
So you don't like Rising of the Shield Hero either?
Rising of the Shield Hero is wildin', bro.
So
I don't really you want to know what? Not a fan.
Okay.
I watched through because there's a lot of things wrong with Rising of the Shield Hero. Number one, my
boy got done dirty. Listen.
He did get done the dirtiest of anybody in any anime, almost. Besides the one dude who got his head cut off and was on the boat. Anywho, I can't remember the main character's name.
Naofumi Iwatani.
Naofumi, right? He got did dirty. And that sucked. But like
I felt
the way he came back after that one chick, like I know that she kind of ruined his life,
bruh.
but the way that he got back at her was gross to me. Like he changed her name and then everybody in the town called her like dumb whore or something like that. And it was just like fucking like it was really
that is a bit incel-y, isn't it?
Yeah, it was incel as fuck.
I didn't really think about it because
the whole thing, like, because you know,
incel-y.
I had to kind of digest that series in phases, and I skipped a lot of episodes. Just because to me I couldn't really stomach it. But then at the end, it's like from the start to the end, it just feels so incel-y in general. Cause it's like, oh, I'm just a well-meaning dude, and women, those bitches, they always ruin my life. I'm gonna get back at them. Dude. From now on, your name is who? It's like, whoa,
that is Red Pill the anime. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, like
think about that.
Calm your ass down with your fedora and your plastic sword.
Fuck you. That's all I gotta say about that.
You're not one of those fedora guys.
I'm not currently wearing a fedora, so I get a pass. So here's the thing. That's actually
it's also an isekai. I just can't do it.
So I do think, because here's the other thing that I don't like about because now that we're talking on that kind of subject, you also have this trope in isekais where it's always like super powerful guy gets quote unquote slave, but he's a good guy, so he doesn't do the normal slave shit, but it's still a slave. So it's like, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
What's the what's her name?
I'm trying to think. Hold on.
Which one?
The brown haired one.
Raftalia?
Yeah, there it is.
Exactly. So everyone gets a Raftalia.
And that's the thing.
Some way, shape, or form.
And when he first get Raftalia like looking like a kid, and it's like, so that's the other thing they gotta stop doing with that shit, and they do that shit a lot. So it's like, so they're
wildin'.
So I think isekai could be done.
I can't wait for this phase to be done. Because what's going to be
a few years.
You got a while.
Because check it out. We kind of went through phases, right? We had the shonen.
Yeah.
Then there was like a pretty heavy harem phase.
Yeah. We're still kind of in that because isekai's just harem with fucking more steps.
The thing is that isekai has all the other variations because there's isekai shonen, there's isekai slice of life, there's isekai harem.
Fair enough.
So isekai is just kind of the broader category at large now, just like how technically there are shonen anime that are also, harem.
Yeah, shonen sport, shonen battle, shonen, Which, I mean, shonen sport animes might be the best. Anyways, go ahead and continue as you were saying.
I'll tell you I gotta tell you, like, sports animes to me are kind of hitting different now.
Yeah. I
like,
see what you're saying.
Now, maybe it's just me getting older and shittier, but my mind continues now to go to things of familiarity. And I guess sports is just one of those things.
Because I feel like everybody can, like, you know, can kind of get behind the hype of it a little bit. Because, like,
have you watched Blue Lock yet?
I have not watched it.
Shit is awesome.
Yeah, I got to give it a shot because, you know, I've been hearing a lot of good things about it. But, you know, I think it's different. It is different because I think sports animes hit different for older generations because it is grounded. Like, even if they got some crazy shit behind it, because, you know, sometimes they still be wilding in those. But, you know, it's a lot more grounded than, like, teenager gets fucking superpowers. And you're like, you know, yeah, it's cool. But at the same time, there's also some weird elements and it gets a little creepy sometimes. But it's like, I was watching fucking, what was that swimming one? I can't remember what it was called. Free. So I watched Free. So here's
I think I've heard of this.
So
one.
Free was a little weird because I mean, I'm gonna be real. It was a little bro gay, like, you know.
Towel me off, dude.
Yeah, it was
Great swim.
But I mean, listen, these motherfuckers are sitting here like swimming in the fucking ocean during a storm so they can get better at their fucking freestyle.
And they'll never be as good as Michael Phelps.
No, they won't. No, they won't, which is sad. But they all look better than Michael Phelps, so that's the good thing. They got the same build without the weird fucking face.
Oh, Michael Phelps. When they were making Michael Phelps, they poured way too much torso in there, bro. He got someone else's torso. There's someone out there with just legs and shoulders who are like, did he get mine?
Yo, that's funny.
Nah. He just swims really good.
He reminds me of like swimmer Tony Hawk. Like, not like it, because Tony Hawk.
The thing though is that Michael Phelps gets recognized.
Yeah.
Tony Hawk doesn't.
Yeah, Tony
He
Hawk
goes around in public is just like stealth mode.
Yeah.
Even if he put on like a helmet and a skateboard, he was holding it, it'd be like,
like, who's this guy?
who is this dude?
But no, so
they need to make a fucking skateboarding anime.
I don't know why they haven't yet. That's surprising to me.
Eureka 7 was the closest one. They had the surfing robots.
That was a fucking weird one.
I really did
say I didn't like it. It was just fucking weird.
It was a weird. So here's the other thing. There, can I also just throw this out here? There's a lot of anime recently I haven't really been able to get into because of just thematically. Because a lot of anime is targeted towards like young boys growing up. Now, there's obviously genres for everybody, but like the larger majority of anime is targeted towards young boys growing up, and it gets a bit fucking weird because there's a lot of shit that I don't want to talk about when it comes to, you know. There's a lot of shit that gets really weird because, like, you know, growing up, you go through some phases, and those phases are fucking weird, man. And it's like, you know, they got like, oh man, obsessing about the fact that like I'm taking a sip off of a drink that a girl took a sip off of, and it's like, man,
mono.
Like for real, I think about exactly. I think about that shit right now. I'm like, that's mono. That could be fucking COVID. That could be anything, man. I'm like, I'm not trying to fucking. But then these people are like, whoa, and it like zooms in on it, and it's like, dude, this is a little fucking creepy.
You caught that mono tiki tia.
Really? Really?
If anyone gets that reference,
I fucking hate you for that.
you're the real one.
But no, it becomes, it's weird. Because even just the discovery of like female figures, I guess, as a thing is like, and then they always begrudge on it. And it's like, I'm sorry, the age of these characters is just not something I don't want to see that in that light.
That do be happening a lot.
And I get that they like from the perspective of their target audience, that might be normal. But then I'm sitting there watching it at 30, like, what the fuck?
I'm just your average 16-year-old. Hold up.
Hold up.
Out here looking like fucking Yasutaro Sato.
Yep. Like, dude, You're not 16. Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I'm not on steroids. I just get bigger and stronger the older I get.
I am not Barry Bonds.
But nah, man, I don't know. Anime is at a point where, like, because I'm getting more into like the mature anime because it's like
Mature anime, gotcha.
This following anime is rated for mature audiences only.
He watches Queen's Blade.
So,
Oh, damn.
let me tell you something.
Oh, your phone's going off again.
Anyways, no, never that. So about mature anime. So I'm seriously not about to go talk about hentai for the next 20 minutes. But I've been getting into what they call the dark trio. Have you heard about that recently? I can't remember.
That's Jujutsu Kaisen. Was it Chainsaw Man?
Yeah, Chainsaw Man.
And
It's a weird fucking Hell's Parade or some shit like that. I think that's a dark trio right now. Sorry if I'm incorrect about that. I'm gonna let somebody with safe search on Google that. Because after potentially what could have come up on my phone, I'm gonna let you handle it. But you know what? I've been looking at it and I've been kind of seeing the
Hell's Paradise.
Hell's Paradise. That's what it was. So here's the thing, Chainsaw Man. I ended up watching some of that. I didn't watch all the way through the first season, but I watched a good amount of it. And the thing about, I guess, the mature anime scene right now is how do I put it? It's kind of like this weird faux mature thing. So I'll give you something like Spy Family, in my opinion, is a mature anime because it deals with like more mature subjects and like, you know, you have like a dad and mom dynamic, like something that I feel like as an adult you could sit down and watch, and it's like there's wholesome regular shit and then there's like also some cool shit.
Yeah.
And then it's like, you know, it's just a very grounded and like it doesn't feel childish, you know what I'm saying? Even though they probably has one of the most childish characters in the anime, it doesn't feel childish.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then you get these like Chainsaw Man as a fine example. Cool fucking anime. Like the fight scenes are cool, the animation is cool, but then it's like, you know, there's still this weird, slightly younger generation of people. They're still just edgy and like chainsaw the fuck out of people. There's blood everywhere. There's guts everywhere. And like, we're talking about boobies. Like the whole, the main character's whole thing at the start is that he just wants to grab boobs. And then, yeah.
Don't we all, though?
We all do. There's nothing wrong with it. But it's like, you know, the promise. He literally becomes a devil hunter off the promise of being able to grab boobs.
Nice.
And it's like, that's supposed to be mature. And it's like, that's like, really though, it's kind of like the same fucking thing, just with more blood. Like, what's the difference between that and fucking, I mean, here we go. There's something like that in Inuyasha, where it's like you got Miroku and he's like, grab some ass every 2 seconds.
He was an ass man.
Yeah.
He was breaking the mold.
Yeah. Listen, kudos to the OG ass man. He's
he knew what to get.
He's a man of culture.
Wind tunnel. And stop.
Yeah. But you know, and you look at, you know, again, you look at something like Hell's Paradise, which is, you know, it's the main character is like this freaking edgy white-haired dude who's super nice, but he's also a crazy murderer who killed like the most people. And because it was all a bunch of murderers getting sent to this island to like find something or do something. I can't remember how the fuck it goes. They're like fighting for their freedom or some shit because they're all in prison and whatever. And it all starts with like, we got this huge group of like prisoners. Now you all gonna fight each other and then kill each other. And then the people who survive are gonna go to this island. And then the people who go to this island are gonna, it's like, so
it's a fucking battle royale.
Yeah, it's a
PUBG.
Yeah, exactly. And then you get these edgy ass fucking characters, or here's like girl character with way too open shirts, or like, and it's just like, okay, I get it. Like you're meant for quote unquote adults, but it's like This feels just as fucking childish as if I'm watching any of these shows. So I don't know. Anime for me is weird because I'm starting to develop the taste for like, just like, I don't know. I wish there was more shits like Spy Family, or there was more, even something like, you know, Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop was a very mature anime. You know what I'm saying? Even like, because we look at something like Outlaw Star. Outlaw Star, technically speaking, was still for a younger generation, but it felt.
Outlaw Star was amazing.
Yeah, it just felt, and it had some of those, you know, tropey scenes, and it had this and it had that, but like the characters just felt more mature. They were adults doing adult things, you know.
Now here's the question: excluding the previous generation of anime that we all grew up on and was, you know, without a doubt amazing, and most of them knocked it out of the park. What are you watching now? Like, what is your thing now?
That's just kind of
Chrono. You watch the most anime.
Yeah.
That's bold of you to claim that.
My wife watches the most anime.
Right now, I'm not watching any anime.
That's fucking wild.
I'm watching a therapist play video games because it's fucking fascinating.
I don't like therapists.
Whoa.
I don't need people getting into my brain.
It's not that hard to get in your head, though.
You playing mind games with me, motherfucker?
Maybe
You in my head right now, motherfucker?
you wouldn't know.
So I've been watching on Netflix. It's called Dragon Pilot. Hisone and Masotan.
What the fuck is that?
Okay, so the whole premise of the anime is that dragons exist, and they've existed since ancient times.
I know. I was actually interested in that one. I know what one you're talking
Yep.
about, but continue.
So basically, the idea is that people have always found ways to obscure dragons from the public eye. And in modern day, they hide dragons in aircraft.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like a fighter jet, but it turns into a dragon. And there is very little to do with war, a lot to do with regular aviation. Like it's just like regular Air Force stuff. Like no one's fighting wars or anything crazy.
That's actually kind of cool.
Like the main, so like girls are the ones who can pilot dragons.
Mm-hmm.
And they pilot the dragons by being eaten by the dragon. And they basically, they're basically nerves and different stuff that you can poke in its belly to more or less control it, or influence it. So that's the whole thing about it. Is like the main character, Hisone, is a new pilot, and she discovers the dragon, and
does the dragon just abruptly eat her?
she has a really old cell phone, and apparently, like, dragons really like to eat old cell phones, and that's what kind of started it.
That's a very weird concept, but kind of cool. That's kind of original. I like that.
So, like, if you're my wife watches so much anime she can't fucking watch it because she thinks it's boring. But you want to know what? There's something it's so fucking easygoing and weird. It's just like, okay, I'll watch 20 episodes of this. It's fine.
I can kind of appreciate like a more easygoing type of anime anyways, because there's so much. I mean, I get enough over the top watching My Hero Academia, which, I mean, obviously we were completely caught up on that series.
On the anime, at least.
Yeah.
Which wilding in the fucking manga.
Yeah, which I mean, yeah. So what I'm currently watching is Chainsaw Man, and I'm currently watching or trying to rewatch Megalobox, because Megalobox was
That's
cool.
fucking awesome.
That was a really cool series, and which is sad because I don't believe they're doing anything else with that series, which is depressing. But I'm also on this weird boxing kick lately, so futuristic boxing, with your crazy power armor type shit, it's a cool concept.
It is really good.
And I be doing because I be doing training with these like resistance bands. You would like hook it up to a belt, and then there's like bands that go to your arms and your legs, and like, you know, part of me might be living a fantasy that I'm in Megalobox.
You're an idiot.
I'm like, if this was a machine, I'd be getting some super punches from that. But no, it was cool because like obviously main characters got like, they kind of like get this junker suit. You kind of remember it, Red King, you know, and you know, obviously kind of like the Adrian effect from Rocky. You know, his rivals got this super advanced piece of kit, and it's like, you know, you see this dude just kind of rising up to the ranks, just turning jaws, man. Like, you can't hate on that.
Punch you with my robot arm. Sounds like it'd fucking kill most people.
But Chainsaw Man's got the coolest fucking fight scenes I've ever seen. I mean, listen, it's CGI, whatever. People don't like CGI in anime.
Mappa does the
Yeah. But it's
Attack on Titan.
Ooh, it's so good, man. Like, you can do good CGI in anime, and Chainsaw Man, and they do it right because they only ever use CGI in the fight scenes when he goes Chainsaw Man. So it's not jarring because you don't see it in random moments in the anime. So it's like when he goes to fight people, CGI. And they do the coolest, most fluid crap I've ever seen with this CGI. And then when it's normal, they took a very cinematic route, which is sad because in season 2, they're changing the directors, which sucks.
Oh,
Because they're probably not going to go the same cinematic route because people were hating.
I always found it really hilarious that like people are complaining about the CGI in anime, and like people don't remember how fucked up the Berserk movies were.
That's because the entirety of Berserk is fucked up.
This is
That
true.
series was really bad. Like, it was really fucking grim.
Yeah, the only reason it stopped is because the creator unfortunately died.
Oh, I forgot that was a thing. That's
So much darkness
yeah.
overtook him. No, rest in peace for sure. But it was a really fucking dark one.
So here's my last little tidbit because I watched the thing that they were talking about what they call the Mappa effect. So Studio Mappa is known for being one of the busiest anime studios out there, to the point where, I mean, they've got some controversy, but any workplace in Japan pretty much has controversy. Studio Bones is the best anime studio to work for, apparently, but whatever. So the thing is, they have the most anime projects currently running, you know, together. And what they end up doing a lot of the time is that they have the first season that they release is crazy high quality, stupid high standards of animation, just pushing this thing like crazy, right? And then the second season, if it's a really popular one, the second season they might keep the same level. But then usually at some point between the second and third season, they end up changing everything. So
It gets that 7 Deadly Sins treatment.
Yep. They get the B team in there to work on that
That's
one.
horrible.
Yeah. And then they start the new whatever the new series they picked up. They'll have their star players on, and then this one ends up in this weird like point of, you know, either the art style completely changes, like One Punch Man is a fine example of that.
Is that also Mappa?
It is Mappa now. I don't know if it started as Mappa.
It was Studio Bones.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's the same thing because Attack on Titan wasn't Mappa to begin with, but it is now. So they're also known for picking up because nobody wanted to touch Attack on Titan because they're like, it's a fucking standard we can't keep up. They're like, that's not.
Yeah, we're gonna get slaughtered by the fans and all that.
So Mappa was like, fuck that, I'm gonna do it. Which is like crazy. That's a pretty big torch to
I'm not
carry.
gonna argue too much. It doesn't look that bad.
No, it really doesn't. I mean, the people get mad about the fact that there's CGI for the Titans. One, at least it's only really CGI for the Titans. Two, you got to remember they had something like 8 months to try to finish off what was left of Attack on Titan. So, like,
CGI is a convenient shortcut.
yeah, just be happy that Attack on Titan is being finished in anime form. Like, you could not
Like
see
Dead
that.
Man Wonderland.
That's what I'm
didn't
saying.
get an
Oh.
ending. Berserk didn't get an ending.
That's so sad.
Hunter doesn't have an ending, and I'm a fucking
Didn't they
huge.
reboot Hunter x Hunter though?
They did.
Yep. But
So it has a chance to get an ending.
But the mangaka
Ish.
just came out of the mangaka just actually brought the series out of hiatus, right?
And went right back into hiatus.
Yeah, so
I've got no hope.
yeah, I've got no.
I don't know. I just want them to fucking do a reboot of Yu Yu Hakusho.
They were supposed to. I thought they announced that a while back.
I think I remember them announcing a live action, nothing about a reboot
Oh,
for
boy.
the anime.
Please don't do a live action. Don't do one of my favorite casts of characters like that. Like that would be horrible, man. Plus, you can't recreate that drip, man. There was something. And let me tell you something. The fashion in that fucking series was crazy. Just drip, man. That was nuts, bro.
You were a Kuwabara man, weren't you?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Kumar was my favorite fucking character from that series.
Least favorite was Kurama.
Can you guess who my favorite character is?
Hiei.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, come
Fucking
on.
body horror.
Yep.
Fucking demon samurai.
Hell yeah.
Listen, man. I will say this though. Even though I might have a favorite and least favorite, none of them were bad.
No, none of the characters are bad.
Yeah, which surprises the fuck out of me.
Because Kurama might be like my least favorite, but Kurama is still a fantastic character.
Yeah. And let's be honest, the mangaka for Yu Yu Hakusho and the mangaka for Sailor Moon are a couple.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, talk about power couple, man. And that explains the drip in both series. Because that was crazy, man. Like, that was another reason why. I mean, let's face it. When I was younger, man, Sailor Moon was my shit, bro.
I think that was the second anime that I really watched.
Yeah. And like when you started seeing characters who actually had different outfits from episode to episode, it blew my fucking mind. Because I'm used to like orange fighting gi. Yeah. It was like
Vegeta's armor.
Yeah. It was orange, purple, blue. That's what I had. Orange, purple, or blue.
With a little bit of yellow.
Yeah. That was it. And then next thing you know, I'm like seeing all these different fucking outfits. I'm like, what?
You can do that?
Yeah.
Goku must smell terrible. Not as bad as Vegeta.
Yeah.
Because Goku's outfit has airflow.
Oh, wow. Didn't even think about that one.
Oh my god.
That motherfucker's probably musty.
Dude.
Always training in spandex.
Yeah. Oh my lord. That dude be having spandex everything. You remember he'd be rocking the spandex shorts? You remember that shit?
I've got my thighs out. Can't you see? I'm the prince. I am your thighness.
This is the only material that doesn't shatter under my muscles.
This is probably true. Because the Saiyans were always like, mid-battle getting even more yoked.
Yeah.
So I bet you that civilization probably thrived on spandex.
Yes, Spanx are a big okay with the fucking Saiyans.
Oh my lord.
Now I'm just imagining fucking Goku and Vegeta doing a Spanx commercial.
Oh my lord, bro. Like Capsule Corp Spanx.
Has your gut gotten too big? New Saiyan Spanx.
Like, check these guys out.
Crawl!
They literally multiply in body mass in like an instant, and these things don't rip. That's insane.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Saiyans they had the shit, man. Their armor was amazing. It's like, in case you gotta get them fucking non-skipped leg day, they had the most yoked ass leg. Hey, what the fuck? Yeah, no, they were playing, man. That's the one thing. I mean, you be seeing even in something like Yu Yu Hakusho, man, you be seeing some of these characters, they're yoked up top, but their legs be kind of.
Dude, the fucking villain in Yu Yu Hakusho, the final one.
What was his name? I'm trying to remember his name.
I don't even remember.
He's the one with the fucked up collarbone.
Wasn't it something? I want to say, was it something Gumo? Something to that effect. He was a big fucking yoked out demon.
Yeah.
But
He had a fucked up collarbone, bro.
And the thing was, he was like, because he had stages, and like it was kind of like, oh, he's just kind of big dude with sunglasses. Then he was like, he got bigger dude with sunglasses. And then suddenly he had that weird ass collarbone.
This isn't even my final form.
This is my collarbone's final form because it's going to break.
But like each time the collarbone just got more
It's just-
out of control.
Fucking turns into the frilled lizard.
Oh,
From fucking Jurassic Park.
oh,
That'd be amazing.
Dilophosaurus, I think.
Listen, man, that's horrible.
Just, Yusuke, yeah.
But I mean, he put it on him though. He was just beat. That's the one thing. Like you got to remember, these guys had they had a sword and like the spirit gun.
Yeah,
But
spirit gun was one of my favorite fucking things.
Yeah.
dude.
Beyond that,
They were throwing hands, man.
they're gonna put regular hands on you, dude.
Yeah.
And they're like punching demons. I'm just gonna knock you the fuck out.
Yeah. And that's the thing is Yusuke he really didn't have shit else. He was just like hands, spirit gun.
Yeah.
I don't know. Now I'm trying to think. All right, here's how we'll close this.
Okay.
You've got the next fucking 10 seconds to come up with the greatest anime warrior, like who could solo run the rest of the anime world.
Oh shit.
Who could solo run the rest of the world? Oh man. Saitama. It's gotta be Saitama. It's gotta be Saitama. That motherfucker. I mean, you can like punch literal existence out of existence.
No. Maybe.
Who you got?
I was gonna say fucking Yusuke, bro, because he could shoot Saitama and do spirit damage to him and fuck him up.
Never thought about that. I never thought about
All of their signature weapons, they don't attack you physically.
Oh, you're right about that. That's crazy. I didn't even think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That's what got me thinking, because like his regular punches, whatever, but he hits you with the spirit gun, he fucks your spirit up.
even though I mean he was a fucking brawler, man. You got to remember he was on a
Yusuke did throw hands a lot.
yeah. It was just putting hands on people.
I think him or Sailor Moon.
I gotta go with Tenchi.
What? Okay, hold up.
He's got spirit moves too.
Yeah. And actually, like, is descended from ninjas and shit.
And you want to know what? I mean, it makes sense. There's a reason why he's got all them bitches. And with that, we have reached the end. That was a horrible note.
Yeah.
We are Critical Hit. Yeah, we love anime.
If you can't tell.
Yes, we do. Hentai too.
Wait a second.
That was Samuel
That
L.
was
Jackson.
Samuel L. Jackson. Yep. Yes, it was. Oh, Afro Samurai. We're gonna have to revisit this topic.
Episode 2 is coming whenever. Follow us anywhere you find your favorite anime, nerd, super dunking, amazing, great, and favorite podcast.
Yes, join our cavalcade.
Yes.
Google, Apple, Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, and now YouTube.
Hey, listen to that. Listen to that wherever you listen to podcasts.
Find us on Twitter at KritHitOfficial, always with a K. New episodes every Thursday. Until then, insert name of weeb thing here. Pow, pow, pow. Pow, 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 pow.
Boom, 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 boom.
Scrotum kick.
Whoa.
That was a combo breaker.